first heard your voice, I got to be honest, usually I had a hangover at about 5:30 in the morning and you started doing the sports. So I was twitching a little bit when I first heard it. Real quick, our senior year, when we were at our banquet and Kevin got up and he gave a speech. It was 1989. And he said, listen, it was between us and Lacey, and that was Keith Elias here, everybody remembers that, on who was going to be number one in the Shore. So we were waiting for him to come up and give the speech. And he says he chose us because there were more residents in Brick than there were in Lacey, even though we weren't as good of a team. That didn't stick with me at all, Kevin. So when I got the call from Coach Philippone, he asked me if I would speak, and I was truly taken back, and emotional. When I heard my father talk to him a few days earlier, and he told me that he might be calling me, so I was a little prepared for it. When I heard him say it, I actually got choked up, had to collect myself, and I told him I was truly honored. And by the way, I already had 2 pages of notes, and he said, well, it doesn't really shock me. And I said, well, you kind of prepared me for that. He told me always be prepared for stuff. So here we go. Let me introduce myself. I stand here as the smallest and slowest lineman he ever coached. We thought we'd cover all the levels of talent and ability for tonight's festivities. I get to stand up here in the facial category with John Tezza, who's going to get up and speak at one point. We look like brothers, but it's more like Danny DeVito and Arnold Schwarzenegger twins. He had size, muscle, talent, Division I star athlete. I'm not even the best left guard at table 10, and I'm the only left guard at table 10. So to put it in perspective, we got our senior year, we got our varsity jackets. I almost put backside guard on my jacket. There's a left guard and a right guard. For any of you that don't know football, left guard, right guard. In Brick, when you want to run right, I lined up on the left. When they want to run left, I lined up on the right. Real way to make me feel good about my confidence level. Leon, your strength is being on the side of the field that nobody is on. But you knew what to do. I knew what to do, yeah. Wait for the crowd, pretty much. But you never gave up on me. You found a way to always keep me in the starting lineup when we absolutely had more talented players on that team. So I asked myself, what is a coach? A coach is a mentor who prepares you for life, not just X's and O's, but life. You see, high school is some of the most formidable years, and the mentors you come across, be it teachers and coaches, and many of you are in this room tonight, will impact you for the rest of your life. They'll have an imprint. They will leave an imprint on the man or woman that you become. That's why, as a coach, you have a big responsibility that involves more than just winning games. Mentors like Coach Philippone set the bar very high for what it takes to be a coach and a teacher of life. So what does he mean to me? Pretty much everything when you look at coaching. Because of him, I have a lifetime of memories with the guys that we've been talking about all night. He made it memorable. He made an impact, as our former teammate Todd Durkin always says. He made a difference. He made us love a sport that we already loved. Helped us love a team that we already like green for. Billy, do you have goosebumps yet? Because I know you get them from us. He would talk to us about how much better our Saturday night will be if we just go out, do our job, play as a unit, have fun. To remind you it's a game, go out there and enjoy every hit like it's your last, and have each other's backs. This was evident. We were playing Tops of East. I was getting the shit kicked out of me. And as we walked up to the line, Lenny Zadanowicz called out his block. I turned to him. I said, I honestly don't care who you have to block. You got to help me with this guy. So we both went to cut him, as Coach Wolf taught us to do, or Coach Philippone taught us to do. He put our heads in the dirt, jumped over us, and absolutely destroyed Sean Scott. Coach Wolf then showed the video over and over again at the house, and he said, everybody's doing the job, but Leon and Lenny. They look like a bunch of earthworms. Take it home. And we just kept going like this as he rewound it. It was terrible. Lenny, I'd have your back if I was physically able to do so back then. So being a coach at Brick Township comes with a lot of pressure that would normally not come with other coaching jobs. The row of championship flags, the home games is beyond intimidating. You have the burden of the history of this great program on your shoulders week in and week out. I mean, look at Lenny. Dude had a full head of hair like 2 years ago. That makes this job of coach even harder because there's a fine line between going out having fun and making sure you meet everyone's expectations. Now that is an art that takes a special person. Again, many of you are in this room tonight with you celebrating. You also had your hands full because we were a team, and thanks to Sean Scott, threw 3 times a game. Sean, you can raise your hand, you're here tonight. So the offensive line was crucial during those years. At Notre Dame, you walk out, you touch a sign, you play like a champion. A brick will be in the locker room that says you're brick, you're expected to win. It's a lot of pressure on a 17-year-old that runs a 7.2 40-yard dash on a good day. Our incredible coaching staff found a way to mix that pressure and to bring out the best in us while still finding a way to enjoy the process. We weren't the most talented on the field, but man, did we believe we were going to win. Both years we went to state finals. Our senior year, we won the state championship with a group of no-names just like Remember the Titans. We beat a Washington Township team that had Division I players, offensive linemen who went on to play in the NFL. Obviously, we flip-flopped whenever I was against that guy, but we won anyway. Sorry, Pete. Speaking of Remember the Titans, there's a culture created by our coaching staff who found a way to make you love the guys you were going to battle with. That's what Coach Philpott made us do. You created a brotherhood with our offensive line that we still are showing it tonight. You subtly taught us that the 5 guys up front were the backbone of what could be some great teams, and we were. This camaraderie was evident recently when I made a copy of our state championship game so Lenny can show the team before this year's state championship game. Every single time when I was watching the game, I saw one of us ran over and picked up the running back every time they got tackled. And when I looked, I realized it was every single play. You look back at games, it was every single time. And it was us, just the camaraderie showing that we were there. Let's go do it again, let's win it. So it came back really quickly. That culture of love for each other is still obvious, our 30-year friendships. And for all the coaches in the room tonight who played a part in that, we thank you from the bottom of our hearts. Coach, you had your hands full. You had to find a way to balance the pressure while making it fun. And you succeeded. You had the pressure of balancing our own confidence levels and mental state. Let me explain this one. There's another coach here tonight. Oh yeah, Gino. Had an incredible impact on me as well. He's another mentor, not in this one particular night. So we were on the field running the 100th kickoff return in practice, and he yells across the field, "Leon, you are so slow." I said, "Yeah, no, Coach, I got it." He said, "No, Leon, you have no idea. You're much slower than you think you are." So Coach Philpott was battling with him. He just kept having to fill me back up. So you set my expectations correctly, and you had to keep my head straight there in it. Now, everybody asked me to tell this story tonight, so I'm going to tell it. Talk about having to balance somebody's mental state during a really big, crucial time in your football career. Let me set the stage. Senior year, Middletown South versus Brick. Number 1 versus number 2. You probably pick Middletown South, just saying. 3 deep around the fence. 3 deep around the fence, stands are packed. I'm about to get my name announced for the first time. I've been waiting for it for 10 years. Lenny turns to me right before it happens and says, "Don't trip." I go to run. My legs go numb. I step in what was a 50-foot divot, I'm telling you. It absolutely was. I start stumbling down the hill. I realize I'm going down. It's going to happen. So I do a forward roll. I get up, pick up my feet, 5 more forward rolls on my way to the sideline. I get to the sideline, there's 2 people standing there, Coach Gino and Coach Philpott. Coach Philpott says, "Great recovery." I don't think anybody caught that. Coach Gino says, "Everyone here noticed your forward rolls didn't fool anyone. You'll never forget that as long as you live and you're alive." And I need to say, he was my guidance counselor. So Coach Philpott, you found a way to raise me in my lowest of lows and level me in my highest of highs. There's a good level of recovery from a curveball, not blowing on a negative, no doubt about that. In business, I use lessons that I learned on Keller Memorial Field during late Tuesday night practices. I still use them to this day. I go into a meeting, a presentation, negotiation, completely prepared, completely confident I'm ready for the battle. The theme of my company is offense. We always go in on the offensive, no matter how bad the situation is, and I learned that from you. That is the impact that you have on me. Any success in life I have, you have an incredible impact on because you gave me the confidence to believe. You taught me to be a leader, that is the concept of teamwork. That's why as a coach, you have a big responsibility. Men like Coach Philpott, we're halfway through, by the way, just in case you're wondering. Yes, yeah, exactly. Music, paramount. Set the music for what it takes to truly be a coach. In a senior year, I fielded an incredible group of athletes and accolades. I received an award for teamwork and leadership. This award meant more to me than anything because I was awarded for the values instilled in me by you. What that award said was that I took the lessons that you gave me and demonstrated the traits that you instilled in me. You succeeded just as I did. That award was our reward for what we accomplished together. And my wife doesn't love that I happened above the bed with the jersey and helmet that I stole. But it gave us 2 daughters, so you guys can consider the rest. Champion there, too. You also told me, she just shut the phone off. You also told me a lesson of hard labor. When I worked for your tile company, I remember you saying, I've never seen someone miss a nail that many times. It's like you've never seen a hammer before. Then when I'd run back and forth to the truck, Jill would say, job's going to take us twice as long. This guy's slow as shit. In all seriousness, the other day when we spoke, you mentioned that when you look back, it's not always about the wins and losses, that you hope you had an effect on the lives of the players. You said you hope you were a small slice of what we have become. You made us believe when there's no physical reason why we should. When you give someone the confidence to believe there's nothing in life we can't accomplish, nothing you can't overcome, no reason you don't think you'll win. You all found a way to get us to play above our talent level. On paper, we should have won maybe 50% of our games. I lost 4 all through high school. That's why we're number 1, by the way, that year. It's a talent you have, and as many coaching staff had. It's getting us to find deep inside of us the best we could be. At 17, you don't know what that is. You found a way to find that in us. You learn that by experience, by having an innate ability to make someone great, when they probably had no business being great. You've got players to play above their talent, had a spirit inside them that gives them the hearts of champions. We didn't win a brick because we were great. We didn't win a brick because we were the most talented on the field. We won a brick because we thought we were prepared the best to win that game. We made the opponents believe it through perfect execution, determination to win. Our wins were never pretty, but the ring sure is. So did you have an impact on me? I taught my daughter the same thing. She was put on defense real quick, and she was an offensive forward in soccer, put her on defense, and when you get that opportunity, just go out there and play. She got the opportunity to wisdom teeth removed, bleeding from her mouth. She gets the nod, 4 goals in 1 half. Fastest kid on the team.
Where you go, Mom?
Fastest kid on the team. I know what you're thinking. So for Mother's Day, I'm getting my wife Andrea a genetic testing kit to figure out who the father is. So I can take the college savings and drive around the computing house with my new girlfriend. But honestly, look at this room and the success of everyone around you. These are all people part of your legacy. Principals, head coaches, guidance counselors, businessmen, entrepreneurs, Navy captains, police captains, all a part of your legacy. They say you can count your friends on one hand. You can also count the people that have affected you in life on one hand. I'm lucky enough that Dennis Philippone is one of those 5. These are the people that mold you to what you have become. They're usually parents and relatives, and if done right, coaches and teachers that you have come across in your journey. Thank you for instilling in me the confidence I can overcome any obstacle. Beat the odds and prepare better than your opponent, succeed. For all my incredible insecurities and body dysmorphia, like that Tom Gianella, who's right over here. I'm completely honored to be up here on a special day for you, but I don't just speak for me. I speak for my teammates, the hundreds and hundreds of linemen, and thousands of players that you have impacted over the years. You have helped make young boys into men. You have impacted generations of families as they pass along what they learned. You don't just teach us a playbook, you taught us life. Football is a game of life. Life brings you ups and downs, adversity, challenges, and obstacles. It's not easy. You have forks in the road, and football can teach you how to handle that. Luckily, if you have the right coaches and mentors, your life has changed forever. So we cannot thank you enough for the time and commitment that you give us to make us the men that we are. Honestly, shocked it was 30 years ago, I still cherish these memories. Some of the greatest accomplishments happened on those fields. Coach Philippone, you give us all memories that carry on 30 years later. You helped make us the men we are, plain and simple. I cannot thank you enough for how you set me up for my journey. You're not only a mentor, not a coach, but a friend. So in closing, I stand up here as a 47-year-old man, still looking at his coach for advice, approval, and affirmation. No matter how old I am or how retired you are, you'll always be my coach, and I'll always be the backside left guard of the 1989 state championship green train. And on any given day, I'll go